To help Austinites at risk of losing their rental housing due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the City of Austin created the Rent Assistance Program. This video will give you information on eligibility requirements, what to gather in preparation for submitting your application, and instructions on how to complete the online application for the rent program. The applicant portal is available in multiple languages. To select a language other than English, use the drop-down menu in the top right-hand corner of the main page. First, let's review the frequently asked questions. Here you will see some general information as well as the frequently asked questions. You can get more information about a question by clicking on it. Return to the home page by simply clicking the applicant portal logo. To be eligible for rent funds, applicants must meet certain eligibility criteria. Live within the city limits of Austin. Have a pre-COVID-19 household annual income as of December 13, 2019, and current household annual income of 80% or less than the Austin median family income. Currently be on a lease or in a contractually bound relationship and not be recipients of other federally subsidized rent programs, such as Section 8 or project-based vouchers. Have COVID-19 related income loss that has made it difficult to pay rent. Not be a full-time student whose rent is paid by someone else, and grant the Rent Assistance Program access to pull your household's Enterprise Income Verification or EIV report to verify your household is not currently receiving federally subsidized rent. Applications can be submitted online during the application period. Eligible applicants will be randomly selected, and if qualified, rent assistance will be for the full amount of the selected applicant's rent and paid directly to the renter's landlord. All applications, regardless of when they are submitted, are given an equal chance for random selection at least once per month. Applications submitted immediately after the program opens have just as much of a chance of being selected as those submitted later. Applicants need the following information before beginning the application: a valid email address and a phone number. If you don't have an email address at the moment, you can create one for free. Go to gmail.com to set one up. Information about each person in your household, including full name, date of birth, gender, race, ethnicity, relationship to the head of household, social security number, alien registration number or ITIN number if you have one, proof of all household annual income as of December 31st, 2019, and proof of your household's current annual income, proof of COVID-related income loss affecting the household, the household's current address and mailing address, a photo ID of the head of household, a copy of your current lease, rental agreement, or invoice for extended stay hotels, your landlord's name, email address, and phone number, paper and pen to write down your rent application confirmation number. Prior to completing the application, first sign up for an account by clicking the Sign Up button. Enter a valid email address, phone number, and the head of household's name and date of birth. Then create a unique username and password. The head of household must be a person aged 18 or older who is wholly or partially responsible for rent payment. In addition, the head of household must be a signatory to the lease or rental agreement. Check the box located next to I am not a robot. Complete the reCAPTCHA test if prompted. Check your email for a confirmation message. You must click the link in this email to activate your account. If you do not receive an email within 5 minutes, please check your spam or junk mail folder. Once you activate your account, click the Apply Now button and begin the application process. Note, if there is no activity for 30 minutes on an open application that has not been completed and submitted, the system will close the session to protect your information, and any unsaved information will be lost. Click Save frequently so that none of your information is removed. If you need to step away from the application, select Save and click the Logout link at the top right-hand corner of any page. You can go back into your account to complete your application when you are ready. The application begins with several basic eligibility questions. Select the appropriate answer from the drop-down menu below each question. If you are uncertain about what is being asked, click on the blue question mark icon for more information. If you do not meet the eligibility requirements, the system alerts you that you are not eligible for this program, but provides you with other resources that are available. Next, enter additional information about the head of household. The first name, last name, and date of birth will automatically populate using the information entered during registration. While all fields on this page are required, you do have the option to select Prefer Not to Disclose for sex, ethnicity, disability, and race. Provide your Social Security number, alien registration number, or individual taxpayer identification number. If you do not have one of these, select I do not have any of these. Your unique identification number has no impact on receiving rent assistance payments, but is used to avoid duplication of rental housing benefits and duplicate applications. You will also need to enter your pre-COVID-19 total annual income and your current total annual income, along with all types of income sources. You may select more than one as applicable. On this page, you will only report the head of household's annual income information. You can add another household member's income on a later page. Once all information has been entered, click the Save and Continue button to move to the next page. All household members who are living in your home must be added as a household member on the application. Click Add a Household Member at the bottom of the screen. Count all persons, including foster children or adults, and other unrelated individuals who reside with the family as part of the household. Also include persons who are members of the household but are temporarily absent from the home. For each household member, include the same types of information as completed for the head of household. You must also identify the relationship to the head of household. Keep in mind that a spouse is the marriage partner of the head of household. A co-head is an individual in the household who is equally responsible for the lease and must be an adult. A family may have a co-head or a spouse, but not both. As a reminder on the annual income questions, you will only report the income amounts and income sources for that specific household member. If you need to change any information for added household members, click Edit under the household member's name and edit the information as appropriate. After adding all household members, click Save and Continue to move on to the next page of the application. On this page, first provide your current address. The phone number field populates with the number entered earlier. If your mailing address is different from your current address, make sure to select No where directed. Once you click the Save and Continue button, the portal may recommend a more correct address based on the information from the U.S. Postal Service. The portal will default to using this address. If you do not want to use this, select the radio button for your input address and click the Save and Continue button, or you may go back to the previous page to enter a new address. If you entered that your mailing address was different from your current address, you will need to enter a valid address where you receive mail. Next, answer additional questions about the household. You must answer all of these questions to proceed with the application. Once you have entered all information, click the Save and Continue button. As part of the application, you will need to submit additional verification documentation. You may click on the blue question mark icon for additional information about required documentation for each area. Upload multiple documents for each section as necessary. If you need assistance with this process, select the button. Click the Save and Continue button. It is important to provide complete and viewable documents. so that your application is not delayed or denied if selected. After addressing all the household information questions, certify that all information is true and correct. If you need to go back to make any changes, revisit sections by using the title at the top of the page or the Go Back to Previous Page button. If no changes need to be made, read the warning statement, then check the box to verify that all of the provided information is true and correct. Click Save and Continue. This is the confirmation page. Print or write the confirmation number for your records. You will also receive an email confirmation, which may take several minutes to receive. Note your confirmation number, as you will need this information for future updates. Once you have finished the application and printed or saved the confirmation for your records, close the window or click the Logout link in the top right corner of the screen to protect your personal information. All submitted applications will be placed in a pool of applicants. Periodically, the RENT program will randomly select applicants to review and verify if the application meets all eligibility requirements. If your application is randomly selected, you will receive an email that lets you know that your application is under review and that the RENT program will reach out to you if additional information is needed. The RENT program will also reach out to your landlord to complete the eligibility process. To view the status of your application at any time, return to your applicant portal account. If you have any additional questions about the application process, please contact our call center at 512-488-1397 during the application period or email us at austinrent@cvrassociates.com.